It's a pretty nice morning out, and we're kind of taking the opportunity between some other things we've got going on today to repot, however you call it, some of our brassica starts, which for some people it's going to sound like we're kind of late, and maybe we are, but we're still ahead of last year. Anyways, I'm going to kind of show you what we're doing here, and I don't even know if it's a tip, but just a little thing that we do use for some of our pots. So here they are. I've actually gone ahead and done a fair number of them already, and then figured, why not? We'll film some of it. So this is basically our cauliflower, and it's not something we usually grow. And I got a cat helper again. This time it's an outdoor cat. We don't normally grow it, but it's doing pretty well, and it looks a little dry, and I've done that on purpose to help get them out of the seed trays a little easier. I didn't water them last night. And then this is a mix of some kohlrabi, purple kohlrabi, which I think is on this side, and some more red Russian kale. Now, one thing that we've noticed, this is the first time that we've used these smaller seed starting, the little paper trays, and we have some extras. They work, but something we noticed compared to the little plastic seed trays is the air pruning almost seems a bit extreme. Or at least in what we've tried, and we've tried this with some tomatoes, and we've tried this with some various brassicas, and it sort of seems to stunt the plant. Now, that being said, maybe we could have repotted them, but as you can see in a lot of these, they're only just starting to get their first sort of true leaves, and yeah, it was just an interesting difference. And again, these look a little dry because I've let them go that way so that I can get them apart better. When I did the last group of kale, there was quite a few roots growing through them. Anyways, just an observation on our end. But what I'm basically going to do, because we're pretty much out of actual pots, is take, and I'll show you here. Of course, I got a stack of them, but we're just going to use these red Solo cups, and all we've done is cut one hole in the bottom for drainage so that we can put them on our tray and bottom water them. And we've been finding, actually, I mean, these are a relatively economical way to get a lot of pots, which is kind of nice, and they seem to work pretty decent. And they're not going to last forever, but we figure we can get a couple seasons out of them at least. So, and they also come in blue, so you can use red for some things and blue for others to keep them apart, which is what I'm going to do with these cauliflowers, because I've actually got two different kinds here. So I'm going to get planting. As I'm repotting all these seedlings, it's pretty warm out today, but I want to take a moment. This big apple tree, which is kind of over top of our one chicken coop, like a third of it basically fell off last year, and it looked pretty rough. And we really haven't done much other than take off that piece that sort of broke. And it's looking pretty good. Like, I'll zoom in here. It is loaded with blossoms and orioles. There he is right there. Singing and pollinating as he goes. So, just a little distraction while I head to the greenhouse to show you what I've accomplished. So I'm in the greenhouse, and you can see I've got quite a bit going on in here actually at the moment, or we have quite a bit going on in here at the moment. These are the lettuces that we had started in the grow room actually, but we needed some space, so we've brought them out here, and they're doing pretty good. Lettuce is still something we're not ultra fantastic at keeping the cycle going, but still have, this afternoon I'm going to put the last two shelves in here so that this is complete. But if I come over here, we had already moved some bok choy and a couple types of lettuce in here. And we actually picked up this parsley the other day at the feed store because we didn't have any luck having any come up. So we'll see how we do with these. If nothing else, we'll get some parsley for drying. And we've got our onions, which I think they need to be broken up and planted out here sooner than later. So So maybe that'll be a tonight or early tomorrow morning job. And then a little bit of arugula, which is doing really good. We probably should actually start harvesting some of that. And some more lettuce. And then we've got a couple different kinds of cauliflower. So we've got the early snowball and the best cauliflower ever, which came to us from the Black Llama Society as part of the Canadian Seed Challenge 2021. So that's awesome. We've actually got quite a few of them, pretty much to here. So everything this side is cauliflower, so that'll be exciting. And then we've got some purple kohlrabi, which also we had purchased some, but this particular seed did come from, I believe it was Gigi that sent it to us from as part of the Canadian Seed Challenge, so that's pretty cool. And this is just a little volunteer tomato that I didn't want to destroy, so I've got it out here. And it's looking a little worse for wear, but I'm sure it'll bounce back. And these two are OSU Blue that I actually picked up from my friend Adam, who has been selling quite a few seedlings. And he actually has a Facebook page, which is the Red Door. So I'll link that too, because he's got some great seedlings as well as a whole lot of other treasures. And then over here, we've got, I guess this is the bok choy. Sorry, the other tray was that I showed you that I said it was bok choy. It wasn't. This is bok choy and broccoli. So we actually have quite a few little broccoli plants going. We'll see how they do. These came out a couple days ago. And then finally, this is a flat of red Russian kale. So if I look out the window here, you can see that's our cabbage. It's going to flower. And look through the dirty window, you can see there's quite a bit of kale out there, and we can probably pick a little bit from these. As you can see, they are going to seed really well, which is awesome because we want to get a ton of seed from this kale. Because those are going to seed, we need more, and we're actually probably going to plant another round of this, or maybe a couple more rounds of this, because we do like the red Russian kale. But that's kind of what we've got going on in here, and at least this is round one of some seed starts coming out. But as you can see, we do have more space, and I will have an entire 2 more shelf space here, and we're actually going to bring out some other things and get them started. Oh yeah, and I forgot, this is our dwarf kale, which I'll have to look up the name exactly what it is. I think it's like Scotch, anyways, I can never remember it. It's got a longer name, but it's doing pretty good down here as well. It's coming up pretty nice. And finally, we still have our carrots. They're looking a little wilty. I watered them this morning, so probably water them again tonight. Realistically, they can probably go out here sooner than later, and I may place them in the garden similar to what we did with the onions for seed. But we'll see what we get to with that. But still, they are starting to grow the flower stalk, so that is encouraging. That's just a little brief update of where we're at. We've got a few things out, a few more things like our tomatoes to pot and bring out, or repot and bring out, and then it'll be kind of on to the succession of moving things to the actual garden beds. We may actually get as far today as doing a little bit of planting in some of the raised beds, so we'll see where we get to.